Welcome to the SFL. I'm Cameron Irvine, lead play-by-play man and commissioner of the First Football eSport League, and this extensive guide will help you find everything you need to get the full SFL experience, or the experience you want. The first step to learning more about the league is on SFL Interactive, the multimedia hub of our website. Head to simulationfl.net and click on the Interactive tab in the menu. Once you're there, create your profile and receive your first 10 points. They'll show up in the upper right-hand corner. Points can be used to pay for anything from player progression to photo galleries and so much more coming soon. On SFL Interactive, you can watch exclusive league content like behind-the-scenes footage and videos, amazing plays, and classic games. You can also watch live games every Sunday night and participate in live lotteries, which can net you more free points. Back on Discord, introduce yourself in the Introductions channel to receive permissions. Tell us how you found us, who you are, and what you're interested in. From here, you can message team owners and general managers and inquire about joining the live stats, beat writing, multimedia, or broadcast teams and hunt for your future home on the field. There are two ways to get on a team, either as an undrafted free agent or through the rookie draft. If you join in the months of April, May, October, or November, you qualify for the rookie draft right away, since rosters are locked during these months while the league wraps up seasonal competition and teams are re-signing or signing veteran players. If you join in any other month, becoming an undrafted free agent is your most likely route. Either option can net you success. If you're going into the rookie draft, a little bit of everything can go a long way in a competitive field. Make an impression by purchasing or gaining your points for player progression in advance. Earn a high chat ranking and show your desire and professionalism in the community chat rooms and in private messages with teams. Join a league staff, team, or contribute to the league's general fund. Drafts are held at the beginning of every June and December. If you're going to get scooped up as an undrafted free agent, your chat ranking determines what type of opportunities you could have. To find out if there are any recent openings on teams, check the player openings section of Discord. If all rosters are full, don't be discouraged. Opportunities come up all the time, and it may just be the perfect fit to start your career. Every offseason, you're able to start completely from scratch if you want, or you can negotiate a new deal with your current team or a different squad. Games are broadcast Sundays through Tuesdays on our SFL networks on Twitch, YouTube, and Fuel. While you're subscribing to those feeds, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us some love on Instagram. If you need or want to talk to league staff, we're always listed in gold at the top right of the member list in Discord when we're online, and we'll always try to assist you or make time for you as best we can. That's the Simulation Football League, and that's just the start. Thanks for being here to make an impact. I can't wait to call your name.
And returning it back the other way is Jack Burton, and Carolina has a touchdown on a pick six.
Spins out of a sack, throws it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown.
So they're like, oh, well, we need real players. Like, oh, okay. So you need a quarterback? Sure.
He's up to the 30. He's gone, baby. My goodness. Somebody cool off that man's feet because they're on fire.
Throw. King wants it all now, and it's caught! Oh! Touchdown, Chicago!
Unbelievable play! That's got to be number one this week, and we just got started!
People like immersing themselves and all the buildup that goes in with that.
This is going to explode big time.
The SFL Network on Twitch welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Canada Field for tonight's Twitch broadcast between the Carolina Skyhawks and the Vancouver Legion, with Stephen Hacker on stats. Charles Doherty is my analyst. I am Cameron Irvine. How you doing tonight, Charles?
I'm doing great tonight, Cam. We've got a great game in store for us. Both teams had hung in on their games last week, but unfortunately they lost. They're really fighting to get a win this week. And we also have a great storyline between the owners of both teams, Andy Hamilton and James Klein. They have a history both as coaches and owner-coach relationship. I believe this is the first time that they've met, so I'm sure they're excited. Both respect each other, but both of them want to win big time.
Andy Hamilton getting his own team in Season 9. It says it right there on the logo, loud and proud. Carolina has been in this league for a long time. James Klein, Andy Hamilton squaring off for the first time. It's kind of hard to believe. But we're down to the field for the coin toss, and Farish Prasad chooses heads. It is tails. Vancouver will take the ball. Kickoff is next. And Charles, what do you think about tonight's matchup?
Well, both teams have a lot to prove. On the Carolina side, like I said at the beginning, it was a close game. They didn't really show a lot on offense. I'm not sure if that was because the defense had played really well or they still need to tweak it on the offensive side. On the Vancouver side, they played great for one half. The second half, they started to slip a little bit and allowed Denver to take the lead in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter.
Hashtag make an impact on and off the field. Who's going to make the biggest impact tonight? We will find out very shortly, as we are all ready for kickoff here in Canada. 2-0-1 teams that have a lot to prove, that lost very close games last week. And the ball's on the tee, the hand is in the air, and let's go. Kick it, we're underway. From the 10-yard line, this Vancouver on the return out to the 29 is returned by number 15, Brandon Jacobson, and out comes Tom Pepper.
Yeah, Tom Pepper had a great week last week. He had 227 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 124 quarterback rating. But the big point here is 86% of his passes were caught.
Wow, that's impressive on any night in any league. Pepper straight back on 1st and 10, fires it outside, complete. That's a first down, and that goes out to Rich Pratchard, the second-year receiver who started with Oklahoma City for a first.
Yeah, we've got BK12. Brett Killian is the number one, but we really need we expect a lot out of Rich Pratchard here to help spread the ball around. Last week he had 5 catches for 72 yards, so he's hoping to build on it this week.
First down and 10 at the 39-yard line off the 10-yard completion to Pratchard. Pepper going to throw again, and Pepper drops it off. That pass complete for a 7-yard pickup, and it's caught by Jacobson. And let's meet that Vancouver offense led by Pepper along with Pseudo Nakai in the backfield. Brett Killian and Rich Pratchard, the 1-2 punch, and Craig Hearn from Sioux Falls at tight end.
Yeah, both receivers are new, and Pseudo's a rookie. So let's see how they gel this today.
2nd and 3 at the 46. Pepper going down the field. It's caught one-handed to the 37-yard line. BK12 has a first down for Vancouver, and 3 different receivers have touched the ball on the opening possession.
BK12 is a beast, and he showed it on that play. Last season, he was number 1 in receptions, number 1 in receiving yards, and unbelievable, at 76.7 target rate for any pass thrown to him.
All 3 passing plays for Vancouver on the opening drive. Nakai is offset Pepper. He goes out to the flat. Pepper dumps it off short. Pass caught by Pratchard late. Pickup of 4 out to the 33-yard line. And the wrap-up made by Willie Van Dyke of Carolina. And it's 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, you can clearly see Andy Hamilton was in the laboratory this week tweaking on the game plan. Last week, Pseudo Nakai had 60% of every play he had his hands on it. So it looks like they're spreading around, and hopefully it's going to work out.
2nd and 6 at the 33. Pepper out to Nakai. His first touch. He's got near a first down. He will not get there. Spins down to the 27-yard line. So now 4 different offensive players for the Legion have touched the ball outside of Pepper on the opening drive.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do, spread it around. They've got a lot of skill in every position, wide receiver, tight end, and halfback.
Pepper's 5 for 5 for 46 yards on the opening drive, thanks to Stephen Hacker, who's stat the game for us tonight. 8.5 to go in the first, 2 in the backfield for Pepper. Killian's at the bottom of the screen. Pepper going to throw. Pepper out to Nakai on a screen. Got a block. First down, 25, 20. Pseudo Nakai, first down to the 18-yard line. Pepper 6 of 6, and Vancouver's in the red zone.
Yeah, that was a very smart place. Nakai was standing there wide open on the swing pass. Doesn't look like there's anyone around him for at least 10 yards. He was able to run easily to the first down.
So Vancouver trying to score on Carolina, who gave up just 17 points last week in a loss to Tallahassee. But remember, Carolina gave up a touchdown on their opening possession before locking things down. Off to a little bit of a slow start here defensively as well. Out of the I formation, 2 receivers, Killing in the slot, handoff to Nakai. Nakai has to bounce it outside and will push ahead to pick up 1. And with that, we meet the impact players on this Carolina defense. On there to make the tackle was Phil Hall, defensive tackle number 92. He's the longest tenured Skyhawk.
Yeah, we also have 2 bookends on the line there between Hall and Cologne, both Pro Bowlers last season. It's going to be hard running up the middle on them.
2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line. 7:40 to go in the first quarter. Pepper drops back to pass, fires over the middle, and some miscommunication. It looked like Pratchard and Killian ran into each other. It's the first incompletion of the night, and it's 3rd down for the first time.
Yeah, it looks like one of them didn't run the right route, and they didn't know who was supposed to catch the ball on that one. But they can bounce back on this 3rd and 9.
That is the worst feeling as a quarterback when you let the ball go and you see your 2 receivers crash right into each other.
And there wasn't anyone around them either, so I think they would have made a first down easy.
3rd and 9 at the 17. This drive a little over 3 minutes already off of it. Pepper going to the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Intercepted halfway deep. Tristan Hatley back in Carolina. And the Skyhawks force a turnover on their first defensive possession.
Yeah, they had it covered well back there. It looked like they were in a deep zone. That throw was very uncharacteristic of Tom Pepper.
Tristan Hatley returning to Carolina. It's his 3rd season overall in the league. Sully Richardson, the 4th pick in the rookie draft, 6'3", 215 out there for the first time. Still looking for his first offensive touchdown as the Carolina signal caller of the season. The handoff goes to Randy Mercury. He picks up 1. And looking at the Carolina Skyhawks offense, they've got Zoma in the backfield, but really Dupree Hudson and Harish Prasad are electric down the field.
Yeah, if I were to pick 2 things that the Carolina offense needs to work on comparing to last week is 3rd down conversions. They were 25%, and also their rushing was anemic. That they need to improve from 23 yards a game. Mercury
weaving his way, going to pick up 3. So 3rd and 6, Carolina trying to maybe slow the pace just a bit. The tackle made by Xander Mack, the extra free safety out there.
And if tendencies, if tendencies are anything, last week Sully Richardson threw a lot of passes short. He didn't throw medium or deep routes very often. So maybe we'll see the Vancouver defense adjusting for that.
3rd and 6 at the 24. Sully's going empty, just 5 in the box. Great job of the offensive line to give him time. First down to the 40. That pass caught by Prasad for a first down, but a stellar job up front to thwart the Vancouver pass rush.
Yeah, great pocket for Sully, and a nice touch over the middle there, right in between 2 defenders. Great pass, good catch there by Prasad.
So first down at the 40 with 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Chat shoutouts are right around the corner. 2 in the backfield. This is a heavy look for Carolina here as they reset things on first down. 4 down lineman handoff. Mercury running left. He's got a couple of blockers. Stops and makes a man miss. Breaks a tackle. Mercury out to the 43 of Vancouver. One of his, if not the best run of the season for Randy Mercury, and Carolina's now on the opposite side of the 50.
Yeah, very solid run. Vancouver looked like they were maybe cheating up on the line, expecting the run, but there was a missed tackle there, and Randy Mercury needs to keep doing this to put the pressure off of Sully.
Caden Carter eventually made the stop. Mark Lopez missed an opportunity at Mercury earlier in the play. Prasad's at the top of the screen. Hudson, who's not been targeted yet, is at the bottom of the screen with a fresh set of downs halfway through the first quarter. Richardson going to throw, pump fake, now sidearm throw into triple coverage, is intercepted at the 18-yard line. Now on the return up to the 31, that's Gus Schultz with another pick to his season. Add another one for his career, and halfway through the first quarter, we've had a turnover on each side of the ball.
Yeah, I believe that's his second of the season. He had one last week. The dreaded pump fake. I've never seen it work out. He threw it into double coverage, and Schultz was able to capitalize on it.
Jair Jackson with the initial deflection. Shout-outs to AJ today. Jackson, Bridge City Bird, KB King, V-Dub 5, Realisons Kumbaya 24, Brown Knight, Vancouver Legion, DB the King 7, and Mr. 23, British Canadian Moose, many others in the chat. Nakai breaks the tackle, Nakai spins back inside for a 6-yard pickup to the 37.
Yeah, Nakai took it to the outside. They had very strong blocking up there. Were able to let him bounce out to the outside and get a good run there. 6 yards on first down.
Alongside Stephen Hacker, Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. This is your primetime crew for this evening's tilt in Canada. Carolina and Vancouver with interceptions on each of their first drives. 3 receivers now for Pepper. Will drop to throw over the middle. Pass intended for Jacobson is incomplete. And Pepper, after starting 6 for 6, is now 6 for 9.
Yep, he's still at around 75%, which is typical Pepper, but I think he needs to start looking at the corners a little bit. They're expecting passes in the middle.
6 for 8. Boy, Stephen Hacker all over it. I thought for sure he had not tracked the incompletion already, but he was all over it. 3rd and 4 at the 37. Pepper out of the eye, 3-step drop, quick throw. Oh, it's dropped and picked off at midfield, right into the hands of the intended receiver, who we're going to catch on the replay, but a tremendous heads-up play by Hatley. It's his second pick of the night.
Yeah, I think that was Pratchard. Oh, no, excuse me, that was Hearn. Right in his hands, he turned around, and he wasn't expecting them to hit him right where he should, jarred the ball up in the air, and his great defender grabbed it and capitalized on the turnover.
4:51 to go in the fourth. The fast start for Vancouver has been halted. Carolina now trying to take advantage. 3 possessions, 3 interceptions to start a wild first quarter from Canada. Richardson to pass against a 5-man rush. Richardson hit as he threw. It's picked again. Picked off down the field by Mark Lopez as Richardson was facing immense pressure up front.
Yeah, the first 7 minutes of the game, the defense on both sides have been dictating the game. Neither offense has been able to get into any rhythm, and interceptions both ways.
Pass intended for Prasad, and you know, it might be one of those nights, Charles. Sometimes you just see some crazy games, and we are already off to one wild start.
And they got the ball on the 30-yard line here. Let's see if they continue to spread the ball around. I'm impressed that they've been doing that to date and not keep handing it off to Nakai.
7 in the box for Carolina. As Pepper out of the empty, drops deep back, will fire it out far side to Pratchard. That pass is caught just shy of the first down to bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, good pass, good execution. Everybody loves to be, if you can't get a first down, 2nd and inches is better.
And now a challenge by Coach Klein here.
I thought he caught it and turned around and then stepped out.
Yeah, it looked good on first glance to me as well. Let's take a gander. Needs 1 foot, we all think. Well, it depends on what rule book R62's reading tonight. Let's get the call.
Wow.
And it's overturned, and Coach Klein's going to win the challenge. So, you know, I got to say, it was worth looking at. It looked a lot closer than it did in live action.
Yeah, I think I need to get new glasses.
So, 2nd down at the 31-yard line, 4:42 left. And Brown Knight saying in the chat, why challenge? Well, that's why. Good on you, Coach. No score, 4:42 to go. Pepper to throw, lofts one, and it's complete for a first down. Didn't matter anyway. Craig Hearn not dropping that pass as he gets up and talks some smack. There's about 7 different Skyhawks on the field, but none of them caught that last pass.
I think Moose had some air on that catch there. He went up strong in the middle, over the defender, brought it down, and got the first down.
Pepper definitely gave him a jump ball opportunity. Nicely done. Placed right in the bucket there from TP16. He'll drop the throw again. Deep ball is off the hands. Was a tough catch, a little bit out in front of That was the fullback, brick wall, spread out wide. How often do you see that? And he nearly came down with a remarkable play, and Pepper's already thrown 12 times in this game.
Yeah, I thought that was a great pass by Pepper. I guess we know now how fast a brick wall could move.
Pepper said apparently not fast enough, just a little bit more.
He's not going to get that one.
Yeah, Pepper's not used to a little bit more slowness outside. 2nd and 10 at the 41, straight back. We'll fire it out, almost a backwards pass to Nakai, and really nice pursuit angles there from Carolina. Zane Doty makes the stop. His 4th season, and formerly was in Queen City.
Yeah, he also switched from free safety, so he's learning the position, but that was a good tackle right there.
3rd and 10 at the 41, 3:46 to go in the first quarter. 2 backs in the backfield and 2 receivers with a linebacker showing blitz off the outside now. Coming inside as well. They'll back off and rush 4. Pepper steps up in the pocket. He gets drilled, and the pass way overthrown, but a penalty either down the field or maybe roughing the passer.
Might have been roughing the passer.
It's a tough call. Did you see that hit late?
Yeah, I thought I saw Pepper hit the deck on that.
Let's get the call here. This is going to be a tough one.
Well,
they're going to call PI. Who's that going to be on? It's going to be against Peyton Ellison down the field. Let's see if we can get a replay. There's the replay coming up here. Did he bump him across? Right there, yeah. He impeded him. Certainly not a lot there, but he definitely impeded the route. You can't do that.
That was a light impediment.
Well,
impediment.
Well, now we know what side of the ball you like to enjoy, because yeah. I mean, I gotta give it to the officials. You gotta make that call. I know it's not great, but 1st and 10 at the 35 now off the PI, and Nakai gets decked. I mean, swallowed up. We lost him in the hustle of Christopher Colon in his 4th season all with Carolina.
Yeah, it's hard to get past that 6'5", 300-pound monster. He was waiting for him at the line. There's no way Nakai was going to get by him.
3:15 to go in the first. 2nd down, 11, no score in a wild first quarter. We've had no punts and no points. Handoff on a trap to Nakai up the middle. Nakai slithers his way down to the 30, a 6-yard pickup to make it a more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, that was elusive. I didn't see much of a hole there. He was able to dance through there and get a decent gain there to make it a manageable 3rd and 4.
Big 3rd down here. It would be a 47-yard field goal from here. There was a look at DJ Majesty. He had a league best. It was either 14 or 15 tackles last week. He was tremendous for the Skyhawk defense. As Pepper hit as he threw, wow. I believe they're going to call an ineligible receiver or an illegal touching there as that ball whacked into the back of an offensive lineman, which, well, this is going to be a tough call. They could either decline the penalty and force a long field goal, but the penalty could actually move them out of field goal range. But Carolina's going to take their chances. It'll be 4th and 4 at the 30. They decline the penalty. Cologne with more pressure and now a very long field goal coming up here for Ramon Ruskowski.
Yeah, Cologne is owning that line today. He's making his presence felt. They may need to think about putting somebody else in there to stop him.
So this a long field goal for Rakowski, 6'1", 190. It's a 46-yarder to break the scoreless tie. This the 5th total possession of the game, and the first that no matter what will not end in an interception. They run the play clock all the way down. This 46-yard field goal is on the way, and it hits the pole, hit the upright, no good. And hopefully we get a good angle on this replay. It almost looked like it hit the corner.
That's horrible. I mean, I was going to say rack it up for Rakowski, but I had to take that off now. Oh my gosh.
Right off the crossbar, almost right into the corner pocket of the uprights. 2.5 to go in the first, still scoreless on a tough break for Vancouver, and Rakowski. Split backs in the backfield, handoff Mercury. Mercury's got one man to beat. He will not beat him. Forcefully tackled Kyler Murray on the stop for Vancouver. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at that Vancouver defense. There's a lot of great players on this squad.
They just added Kevin Brackett between the first and second week, so this is the first time we're going to be seeing him tonight.
Kevin Brackett, 98 on that defensive front, along with Zig Washington, as Vancouver's made some more investments in the defensive line. 1:55 to go in the first. Richardson's pass is deflected. That pass knocked away in the middle of the field by Caden Carter, who's had a good night thus far, stopping Mercury on that long run, and here's another look at it.
Yeah, they're not sending in a lot of people to pressure the quarterback, but they're making their presence felt, and Sully is having to adjust, and it's dangerous because the secondary Vancouver is they're known for getting interceptions, and you need to be on your A game when you're passing to that secondary.
I do like that Prasad has been targeted early and often in this ball game, although Hudson is a bit quiet for Carolina. Hudson without a target here in the first quarter. Prasad has 1 catch on 3 targets. Back to pass Richardson. Prasad bumped at the line, so Richardson has to go elsewhere. And just short of the sticks, Caden Carter makes another tremendous tackle to save a first down. That's Dan Powers, or check that. That's Toby Jones on the reception, 1 yard shy of the sticks, and the offense is still on the field.
And we may have the old try and draw them off sides play.
This would be ballsy, though, if they went for this on their own 45-yard line. I don't think that Vancouver would seriously think that Carolina would go for this. Hard count coming from Richardson. Vancouver staying disciplined. There's already been a couple of penalties so far, but both on Carolina, and Vancouver's not budging. The Skyhawks will take a timeout, will punt the football away, still in a 0-0 game.
You ever see them take the penalty and move the ball back? Or do they always call a timeout?
I've never seen them take the penalty. I think basically at that point you're either going to call the timeout, you're actually going to go for it, or you're going to get them to jump off sides, which I've seen, a fair amount. And at this juncture of the game, it's not a bad decision because it's a scoreless game. It's not like you're going to necessarily need that timeout at the end of the half. But I don't think that anybody in the stadium really thought that they were going to go for that on their own 45-yard line. Didn't disguise it too much. This punt from the 17-yard line, a decent return up to the 23 with 1:05 to go. Hey, make sure to like the SFL on Facebook at facebook.com/simulationfl. Promote to your friends and share your SFL glory. Of course, you can purchase a photo gallery for 300 points or 300 bits and get all the photos from your entire career that we've had on store. We take 6 photos of game action after every single SFL game, and that's almost 6,000 photos if you count them all up from all the games we've had throughout the years. 1st and 10 at the 23 for Pepper. Pepper is sacked. He was looking the opposite direction and did not realize that Bo Rivers Monroe was all up in his grill.
Yeah, no time at all. They had 2 deep routes. Weren't able to develop him because he didn't have any time. The pocket collapsed, and down he goes.
Coming up on the end of the first quarter here, and these two teams, boy, it has been a feeling out process. Both of them played pretty low-scoring games last week compared to some of the other results, so some might have expected them. Oh, wow. Pepper tried to avoid the sack, and he just got a face full of DJ Majesty, who came in on a blitz. That was vicious.
Wow, DJ Majesty. Last week he had 15 tackles. He made an impact in the game. Even though they lost, his presence was felt out there, and looked like he did a delayed rush in here. There wasn't anyone there to block him.
3rd and 22 now, back at their own 10-yard line. And Pepper steps up in the pocket. Whoa, way beyond the line of scrimmage. There's no flag for that. And it's going to be 4th down, and that is a wacky way to end the first quarter. End of 1, no score. Carolina's about to get the ball back. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Twitch, is brought to you by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. By Fuel Beyond the Imagination. Visit SFLinteractive.com.net today. Matt Doyle Designs, the official design partner of the Simulation Football League, and by Media Tech Institute. Beautiful look at Vancouver. sit at no score here. Vancouver punting out of their own end zone as we welcome you back to Canada Field. Carolina is going to end up with a stellar field position out of this. From the 47-yard line, this is Prasad on the return. And they will start in Vancouver territory here in the second frame.
Yeah, so far, Cam, both defenses have been dictating the game. I'm waiting for one offense to step up and get some points on the board. This is amazing.
That's a great point by Boosted Lefion, saying that it's not a flaggable play because that was a backwards pass by Pepper. So just a while. You don't often see a quarterback be on the line of scrimmage and then throw it backwards. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Richardson back to pass. He'll fire that short. And Caden Carter, it looked like he had no idea what he was doing. A 6-yard pickup over the middle there for Toby Jones. And apologies for apparently our music at that particular junction was too loud, and we'll have that corrected in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Caden Carter had his back to the runner when he was running for a first down. For a 6-yard gain.
Handoff to Randy Mercury for a first down at the 33-yard line. And we'll get another look at it.
Yeah, good blocking up front, and Randy Mercury is quickly approaching his rushing total for last week's game. I think he's got 31 yards in 5 attempts. He passed it.
Oh, it's Leafeon. Apparently it's a Pokemon thing. You a Pokemon guy?
No,
Charles?
I am not.
I'm not either.
I'm going to look around to see if I can find any Pokemon stuff
Stop.
in here.
See, I knew that was coming. 1st and 10 to the 33. Richardson had to... Oh, it's dropped on the outside. That is just unacceptable, as the intended target, Terry Savert, cannot bring it in. 2nd down and 10 at the 33 of Vancouver.
Yeah, well, that's a type of play that can help build momentum, but that was Richardson? That might have been Richardson. I don't know. But whoever was supposed to catch that ball, he really had it in their hand, and it wasn't a very good attempt.
2nd and 10 to the 33, handoff to Mercury, and the blocks do not hold. Gus Schultz quickly in the backfield. I think Caden Carter was there again. All over the field tonight, Caden Carter, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he's got some great closing speed. This is 3rd and 10, and I'm excited to see what Sully Richardson can do.
9.5 to go in the first half. Trips off the right side for Richardson out of the gun. 5 in the box for Vancouver. Richardson throws it middle, caught Prasad. First down to the 21-yard line. A monstrous conversion there for Carolina, and they're just outside the red zone.
That's a great play to build up momentum, and he didn't have that much time to get the ball in there. The defense was closing fast. Sully really put it on a laser there, got it right into the bread basket.
Or bread box.
Bread box.
Whatever the bread goes in.
I'll put my bread wherever I want to, Ken. Thank you.
First down, no gain for Mercury. I was going to say, Mercury not off to a bad start. 3rd now. See, now you're doing it to me. 30 yards on 6 carries before that last carry for Mercury. Not too bad of a first half.
I think that was another tackle by Carter.
Caden Carter is just a menace. He's got 6 tackles, according to Stephen Hacker right now. Those are 6 solo tackles. That is unreal. With 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Richardson to throw. Richardson all day, going to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Shravan Prasad down the field, or Harish Prasad rather, down the field, and we have our first points of the day, and Carolina takes the lead.
Yeah, Sully just showed us a Pro Bowl pass, and Prasad showed us a Pro Bowl reception there in the end zone. That was beautiful. Right behind the defense, put the ball right where it needed to be. Prasad was right where he needed to be. Great execution on all fronts.
Prasad getting behind Manakanaka, and congratulations to Sully Richardson, your first touchdown pass as a rookie, and Carolina's first offensive touchdown of the season. They shake off the rust. Richardson shakes off the 2 interceptions early, and Carolina has the early lead on the road as the extra point is good.
Yeah, finally we get to see an offense step up there and make a statement. Now Vancouver gets a chance to see what they can do.
It is perfect weather today in Canada Field, 70 degrees, just a little bit of a light breeze, partly cloudy skies as the sun sets here in Canada, but you just can't ask for anything better. 8:21 to go in the first half, 7-0 now. Vancouver, who started hot last week and then fell apart in the fourth quarter, for lack of a better phrase, to Denver, has started slow here tonight, maybe trying to reverse their fortunes, as Jacobson returns that one up to the 32-yard line, and TP16 will try to get it going once again on the receiving side of things. Pratchard, 2 catches for 14 yards, Hearn 1 for 10, and Killian 1 for 20.
Yeah, definitely night and day from last week. They're really trying to get into a rhythm here, and so far the Carolina defense has been dictating the terms on the field.
2 in the backfield with Pepper. And he'll throw again. Tom Pepper looks outside to Nakai, turns around and makes a one-handed catch. Nice open field tackle by Doty. Second time we've seen that tonight. That's a 5-yard pickup. Pepper now has thrown 17 times, completing 10 of them here in the first half.
Yeah, Pepper's on pace with another probably 190 so passing yards. He's going to move into 15th place in overall passing yards in SFL history.
7:50 to go. Pepper on the cusp of history here as he drops back to pass again. Will fire. Dangerous ball! Oh, man, I thought that was going to be an interception. Opportunity for Tristan Hatley to get his 3rd pick of the night, and it would have put Carolina up 2 scores.
Yeah, he gambled and it didn't pay off here, but Brett Killian had it in his hands. He could have caught that, and if he would have caught that, I don't believe anyone was around him. He would have had a free run into the end zone.
Out of the eye on 3rd down and 5. Vancouver's 2 for 6 on 3rd down. Carolina 2 for 3. As Pepper's going long in good coverage. Yes! That's caught by Pratchard. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Vancouver off the pass deflection. And you just couldn't contain yourself on that play because that was sensational from Rich Pratchard.
Could that have been a little bit of the announcer juju? I said before he could have caught it off that bounce, and he did it on this play.
Watch this.
Wow.
Man.
Great presence there to know where the ball is and catch it.
That pass hauled in. It couldn't have been better coverage. And Vancouver's an extra point away from tying the game. The play broke the chat room. And it's 7-6 now, coming up on the halfway point of the second quarter. What a play by Rich Pratchard.
Yes, finally we get some offense. I'm excited. This is going to turn out to be a barn burner, Cam.
So now the offenses are heating up here in the first half. We got off to a little bit of a slow start. And another low snap. This kick is blocked. And it's being bounced around and caught by Vancouver. But because it crossed the line of scrimmage, it can't be returned. Otherwise, they may have scored 2 points on that.
Yeah, it looked like it was in slow motion. It's like, kick the ball.
Was actually caught. But again, you can't advance a ball that's gone past the line of scrimmage. But still, a blocked extra point keeps the lead. A 1-point game, and the bounce giveth and taketh away, Charles.
Exactly. Yeah, that was not the crispest special teams execution there on that place kick.
So from the 10 now, this is Prasad on the return. He's reversing field and going nowhere. Down to the 22-yard line, so quickly out back comes Sully Richardson. Richardson's numbers tonight, 5 of 9 for 60 yards. The 2 picks are dragging down his QBR. But Harish Prasad, early and often tonight, 3 catches, 47 yards.
Yeah, they got to keep the momentum going because Vancouver can quickly take over this game. So they're going to have to keep hang on to the momentum, spread the ball out like they're doing right here.
Mercury drops another. That's the second drop we've seen from Carolina tonight, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, he had it in his hands. I think he started upfield a little too early and lost control.
So we'll get a look at what Vancouver's defense looks like on this play. They're going to go with a 3-3 look. This is Hudson at the top of this, or actually Hudson, I believe, is in the slot there. Still without a target tonight. Richardson to pass, dumps it off. That's the fullback with a block and got a first down and more. Nice block by Hudson on the outside to pick up a first down to the 33-yard line. That is Tony Zuma with the catch.
Yeah, Tony Zuma. He's 6'2", 240 pounds. He was rumbling down that field. I'd be a little anxious to tackle him.
So Zoma with his first catch, maybe all season. I don't think he had one last week. First down at the 33 with 2 in the backfield. Richardson hands it off to Mercury, and Mercury is swallowed whole. A loss of a yard, and look who it is, Charles. Caden Carter once again.
Caden Carter, but you also have to give some credit to Zig Washington. He got penetration early and had caused the runner to do some corrections and gave the time for Carter to make the play.
6:46 in the first half, 7-6 if you're just joining us off a blocked extra point by Carolina's special teams. 14 on the play clock. Richardson will fire it outside to Hudson, who turns the corner just a bit, wrapped up by Kyler Murray, but Hudson's going to pick up about 9 to force a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, manageable 3rd and 2. Kyler Murray put on the burners to close him down. I really thought he was going to get a first down when he caught that ball.
Look at Hudson. Prasad at the bottom of the screen being defended by Kanaka. 2 in the backfield on a 3rd down and short. They're going to try to get it with Mercury. Mercury got a block. Mercury sidesteps a defender and picks up a first down to the 48-yard line. A little bit better running tonight for Carolina. Moves the chains.
Yeah, much better. Taking the pressure off the quarterback. That's what they need to do. He showed some crafty moves there to avoid the tackle. I think he maybe 2 times he could have got brought down, but he was able to sidestep into positive yardage.
First and 10 of the 48, 84 yards, 2 interceptions. Richardson with a 68 QBR. They go split backs here, and 7 in the box for Vancouver as the linebackers shift around. Richardson going to hand it off. That's Mercury right up the gut, picks up a yard, and a combo tackle there made by number 59, Parker Peters, and number 99, Zag Williams, and maybe actually was Zig in there again.
Yeah, I think Zig had his fingers on it as well. A good covering up there on the run coverage.
Halftime quickly approaching here on Twitch. Lowest scoring game of the week thus far, 7-6. 4 receivers for Richardson. Richardson drops back, going long. It is intercepted at the 24-yard line. Returned back to the 34 and lit up. Mark Lopez with his 2nd pick, and that was Jones lighting up Lopez at the end of that play, but a great play in one-on-one against Prasad.
Yeah, great athletic skills there. Most free safeties wouldn't be able to pull that off, but Mark Lopez is an interception machine.
That was actually Savert there. My apologies with that hit on the tackle, but right back comes Vancouver's offense. That's the 3rd interception for Richardson of this half. The ball-hawking Legion, who were one of the best last season at forcing turnovers, is at it again here in the first half at the 34-yard line. Pepper will fire it outside to Killian. Nice little rub route there. Could have gotten offensive PI for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little pick going on there too. Or maybe one of the receivers didn't run the right route, but either way, it confused the defense, and they weren't able to get to the receiver.
2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line. 4:45 to go in the first half. That's a look at Pratchett in the trip set over off Pepper's left on the short side. 4-down lineman for Carolina on a 2nd down. Pepper with a little bit of pressure fires it outside to Pratchett, who took a hit but held on to the pass to the 47-yard line. 5 catches, 5 targets for the sensational Rich Pratchett.
Yeah, Rich Pratchett is closing in on 100 yards here for the first half. That was a great route there and a great pass by Pepper.
Well, both teams really have moved the ball quite well. Carolina has 118 yards of offense. Vancouver with 166, but 154 of that through the air. Only 4 carries for Nakai in the first half. 1st and 10 at the 47, and there's Nakai right on cue, and his 5th carry goes for 4 yards as he slices through the middle of the Skyhawk defense as Cologne makes the tackle from behind.
Yeah, it was a good run up front. Waiting to see when Nakai can break it out. He had one, maybe two good runs last week. I think he's one half step away from breaking a long one.
Two receivers to Pepper's left. 7 in the box for Carolina. Drive continues for Vancouver. Deep ball down the field is through the hands. May have been deflected. Doty in coverage. Killian was the intended target. That was the 32nd play for Vancouver the first half.
Yeah, Doty was all over the receiver. This is a big third down for Vancouver. So far, I believe they're around 28% third down conversion rate.
2 for 7. Carolina's 3 for 4, although they've had a lot of interceptions, stall drives before they can get to third down. 3 receivers on this, the 6th drive for Vancouver of the ball game. 3rd and 6 for Pepper. He'll take 3 steps back, fire near side. It's knocked away as Pratchard was going towards the out-of-bounds line. Pruitt came over from his slot corner position to whack that away, and it's a 4th down punt coming for Jess Johnston, and Carolina gets another defensive stop.
Yeah, that was great athleticism by Pruitt. He dove to that ball, knocked it out of bounds.
This is the first punt, I think, tonight. This may be the second, but I don't know. I don't.
The interceptions.
Yeah, with all the interceptions, we just haven't had one. I think maybe Prasad returned one. This would be his second from the 10. Not a lot of room out to the 13-yard line, but not a lot of punts in the first half, but not a lot of points either. A defensive war as the Skyhawks start deep in their own territory at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, so far I said two key things for Carolina was to improve their rushing game and their third down conversion rate. All square on third down conversion. Now let's see what they can do with Mercury.
Hudson, 9 receiving yards. Prasad still with 47, but has been targeted with 6 times. As Richardson will drop to throw. Richardson outside, complete to Mercury, who was split out wide. Picks up 2 to the 15. There's an updated look at the quarterback numbers.
Yeah, Soli's not lighting it up from a number standpoint, but he's showing composure, a heck of a lot of composure for a rookie.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL. Use the hashtag #MakeAnImpact and spread the word throughout the week's ball games. 2nd and 8 at the 15. Richardson drops it off to Mercury. Mercury stops on a dime and gets a few yards and gets out of bounds to stop the clock momentarily. 3rd and 5 coming up as Kyler Murray and company forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see if he can target Prasad again. I'd like to see if maybe they can try a deep corner route to Prasad.
3rd and 5. We'll see if the Nostradamus gets it correct once more. Prasad looks like in the slot to the left of Richardson. Back to pass, Richardson. He'll fire it short. Oh, Hudson was wide open, but ran the wrong route. Either that or Richardson thought he was going to be running something else, but it definitely would have gotten the first down, but miscommunication stalls the drive.
Yeah, I didn't see, I guess we're not going to see the replay, but I also think Sully may have had to take a step there because the pocket was collapsing. That might have impacted the throw, too.
So now all of a sudden it's punts of plenty. Mike Johnson, not Fats over, not to be confused with Fats Johnson over in Houston from the 48-yard line. Just nothing there for Jacobson. So Vancouver, 2:39, all 3 timeouts. No reason to panic near midfield.
Yeah, good field position and plenty of time to hit the scoreboard.
Vancouver down a point. How much will that point loom as this game goes on? There's a look at Majesty. He's got a sack tonight. 2:39 left in the first half. Pepper's going empty. This will be his 24th pass attempt unless he decides to take it on a draw. Back to pass. Pepper steps over the pocket. He just might. No, steps, goes down the field. It's almost intercepted as Nakai was down the field trying to catch a streak, and it's incomplete. We'll get another look at it.
Yeah, they sent the running back deep. I don't see that very often. Yeah, he had to dive for it too, but he was getting some pressure and did some cagey veteran moves in the pocket there.
He might have actually taken an interception away there down the field, diving in front of the defender. It's hard to tell who first got their hands on it. 2nd and 10 for Pepper out of the gun. 6 in the box for Carolina as Pepper is in trouble. Hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Cologne applying more pressure. He's had a stellar first half.
Yeah, they're able to get in there and collapse the pocket with just 4 rushers. That's going to be a problem if they can't, if Vancouver can't adjust to that.
Charles, you and I have the rare opportunity to call a game right next to each other in studio. I can't tell you how much fun that is. And we'll be getting to do it in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, along with a bunch of other crews that'll be calling games. And we'll actually, our next telecast will be the 1,000th game when Carolina plays Baltimore. So we're going to have fun with that. Pepper going way long, and it's way out of bounds as Pratchard just slammed into that 10-yard marker down there on the field. And I don't know if Pepper was trying to throw that away with a collapsing pocket or what, but Pratchard did look like he had a step on the defender.
Yeah, definitely. But I think Pratchard got up with a little bit of sideline paint on his face after that dive.
Yeah, he took a beating with that
yeah.
sideline. Man, nailed another punt. So 3 straight punts after having almost none the first half. This is Prasad from the 11, and he shakes and bakes his way out to the 20, so not terrible position. But Carolina has got to be happy. Lost last week at home, on the road, up a point. They got to be liking the way this game is going so far.
Well, they're going to have to make use of every opportunity they have, and here's one right in front of them. They've got 2:15 left in the half. Let's see what the rookie quarterback can do. Maybe they can get some points on the board.
First down at the 20 for Richardson. 9 of 16 for 85 yards. 38 yards on 10 carries for Mercury. This is Mercury on the outside, and a very slow spin as Kanaka wraps him up. That'll be the final play before the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music, and we're back for more football in a moment. Zane Doty, Brown Knight, Drek 900, Alien Nation, Mr. 23, Base Scout, a bored geek. Hopefully you're not bored tonight. Kumbaya, and many others in the chat, along with C. Pundy. Hello, C. Pundy. That pass is knocked away. A dangerous ball. Stepping into the passing lane was Xander Mack. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
And he had the avenue wide open. He could have walked into the end zone if he caught that. And like I said before, that's an opportunity on Vancouver. You know, both teams, it's with a 1-point game, it's all down to making best use of opportunities, and that one kind of slid through the finger.
Trips to the right for Richardson. And look at everybody's tight on the line for Vancouver. They're trying to bump everybody. Richardson has to step up and take off. Richardson's going to run for the first down to the 31-yard line. Great defensive adjustment there by Vancouver. They did not let anybody get free off the line, and Richardson just took it himself.
He did. He wasn't setting any world land speed records there, but he did what he had to do to get the first down. That's what you expect out of your quarterback.
Nice job by Richardson. One of the best plays of his early rookie season. 2 in the backfield, two receivers. Mercury in the backfield, and he's open, but so was Savert down the field. Mercury was all alone, but Richardson, understandably, thought he had a touchdown, and that's the 3rd drop of the night for Carolina.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he he had it wide open, too. He was right behind the defenders, and don't get to see replay here, but he clearly had a shot at that.
2nd and 10, down to 1:23 to go. This first half has had 70 total offensive plays, lots of clock stoppages and wonders about what's going to happen next. Handoff to Mercury, and Mercury slices back in between the hash marks for just a 2-yard gain, but it will run some clock, as Carolina definitely does not want to give the ball back to Vancouver.
Yeah, you can't blame them with both defenses playing on such a high here. You don't want to make any turnovers. You want to burn the clock out, and maybe they'll be in a position where they can get in field goal range.
Out of the gun, now 4 receivers for Richardson. Can he convert another tremendous 3rd down? Richardson short, and not enough room to turn the corner, and that also stops the clock. Not a good route there from Prasad. And Carolina's going to have to punt the ball away, and Vancouver's going to have one last crack at it here in the second quarter.
Does Tom Pepper have it in him in 52 seconds? I believe he does.
He's tried to go deep to Pratchard twice. Once it got tipped up in the air and caught, and then the second time Pratchard was well out of bounds. Carolina needs a good punt here. They're coming after it. Won't get there. Good hustle, though, laying out for the block from the 30. Jacobson out to the 34-yard line. 44 seconds to go. Tomorrow, we've got 3 games on the SFL family of networks. Baltimore and Tallahassee clash in a critical early season tilt. Houston and San Francisco will do battle. A couple 0-1s there. And then on Twitch, the Fan Night Game of the Week with Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson. Actually, Troy Gaines this week and Matt Wilson. It's the championship rematch, highly anticipated Alaska and Denver. Coming your way tomorrow night. You won't want to miss it. 1st and 10 at the 34 for Pepper. That pass is caught, but only a 2-yard gain, and they'll burn a quick timeout.
Let's see what they can do here with 41 seconds. That type of pass isn't going to do much. They're going to have to try the corners to see if they can get maybe a medium to long pass and have the time to step out of bounds.
Just a 2-yard gain. Not sure if they thought they were going to get more out of that. 91 yards receiving for Pratchard in the first half on 8 targets and 4 receptions. He has the lone Vancouver touchdown. 2 in the backfield. And Pepper going to drop the throw. Pepper out to Nakai. Nakai's got some space. Nakai with some speed does get out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Smart play by Sudo there, but just shy of the first down, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, good play, get out of bounds. They got to keep doing that. It looks like they're trying to push him in the middle here from a defensive standpoint, but on there they were able to slide in and get some yards and 3rd and 1 management.
Ball to 43. 35 seconds to go. Hand off. Nakai, first down to the 48-yard line, but now they have to hurry. 28 seconds. They're not going to burn their second timeout. They just wanted to pick up that first down. Nice change of pace. Pepper with 21 seconds left needs to get into field goal range. Pass is caught. Get out of bounds. Did. At the 43, they mark him just shy of the first, which I don't think is correct.
That's a bad mark.
Craig Hearn with the reception with 17 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to challenge it, but because they're still going to be driving down the field here. But 17 seconds is enough time to get in field goal range.
Just outside. There's no challenge.
And they're still in that power formation.
Yeah, let's see if they just try to pick it up. Nope, they're going to throw. Pepper looking around. One-on-one coverage. It's dropped. Dropped in the middle of the field. That may have put him into field goal range. Pass intended for Bryce Duncan.
Yeah, it looked like Duncan fell down and got up, and then the ball hit him in the hands and dropped it. That was another missed opportunity there.
Well, you can't say that only Carolina players are dropping passes tonight. This is going to be an interesting call here for Vancouver. They might be able to get one more play off before you got to drag the field goal unit out there. 2 timeouts left. Killian's at the bottom of the screen. 4-man rush for Carolina. Pepper going to the corner. It's knocked away with 9 seconds to go, and it's 4th down. Pruitt, another nice play outside the numbers, and now Vancouver has a decision to make.
Yeah, well, I think the decision is to punt it, but Pruitt's been showing some air. He's 5'11", and he's been diving all over the place.
They've got the offense still on the field on 4th and inches. No Hail Mary formation. This is a critical play here. 10 on the clock. They're going to go for it, and the pass is caught, and Killian gets to the 34-yard line, and he'll give their kicker a shot. Now, he did miss off the crossbar from 47, but hey, at least he's got a chance and kicking in the other direction.
Yeah, let's see if Rakowski can redeem himself. That was a great drive by Vancouver. And they used every second of the clock.
Right, and a gutsy call, too, because if you don't get that, Carolina's in Hail Mary range, and you never know what can happen. But this is a tough kick here. Rakowski from 51 yards to give Vancouver the lead going into the locker room. Good snap, good hold. The kick is on its way, and it is Good!
Wow,
He made it from 51 yards away, going the opposite direction here at Canada Field, and Vancouver will take a 2-point lead into the half.
Yeah, I would say Vancouver is running into the locker room with all the momentum on their side.
Just squeaking that over, but right down the middle. And a very entertaining and competitive first half has come to an end. Vancouver 9 and Carolina 7. 2K Sports Halftime Report is coming up next, and we'll get a chance to look at first half stats and highlights. As we break it down, also we'll get a chance to go in depth on Stephen Hacker's stat tracking as part of our live broadcasts here on the SFL. There's a look at the numbers. Vancouver with quite a bit more time of possession, only a few minutes though. 5 combined turnovers, but those passing yards have been a big difference for the Legion.
Well, and they got a lot of got a lot of them on that last drive. It looks like that last minute drive by Vancouver was textbook, and they were able to make best out of the opportunity presented them. It was then they go into the locker room with a lead, and that's going to be big coming into the second half.
Earlier today, Mexico City, Chicago, and Vegas all picked up victories. Chicago and Mexico City, or I'm sorry, Chicago is the only team to improve to 2-0 so far here in week 2. How about them Wildcats? They roughed up Oklahoma City today. So look at the pick by Mark Lopez. Tristan Hatley had 2 early interceptions, and Lopez also had 2. That Prasad touchdown was big, kept Carolina in the game.
Yeah, we had 2 big plays on both sides. Vancouver's, Pratchett touchdown, and then Prasad on the Carolina side. Other than that, and outside of that last second field goal drive, it's been pretty slow on the offense. The defense has definitely had the upper hand.
You know, Pruitt, if that ball isn't caught, we'd be talking about Daniel Pruitt having a really good first half. He had a few deflections and really sort of disrupted that near side of the field, but all anyone's going to remember is that one play he could have and should have made and instead resulted in 6.
That's right. I think that this second half is going to, tell the tape here for Sully Richardson, see how he can bounce back after the momentum switching over to Vancouver. He's going to have to make the best out of the opportunity every time he gets the ball, and that's going to mean he's going to have Mercury take the burden off the shoulders from a running game. They haven't used him that much. Looks like he only had maybe 13 attempts. I would suggest maybe they feed him the ball a little bit more.
Start of the third quarter. What a beautiful first half we had alongside Stephen Hacker, Charles Doherty. I'm Cameron Irvine. This is the SFL Network, and this is Sunday Night Football. As from the 12, Prasad on the return. Gets out, not even to the 30. Nice kick coverage to the 29. Sully Richardson, less than 50% completion in the first half. 8 of 17 with 3 interceptions. But he's obviously been hindered by a few drops that weren't his fault.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he's going to have to spread the ball around. I mentioned Mercury getting the running carries, but Hudson hasn't been targeted that much at all.
4 receivers, Richardson to throw. Richardson going along on the first play of the half, tipped up and incomplete. A dangerous throw, looking for Hudson in triple coverage. That was ill-advised. And last week, I recall it was in our game, wasn't it? Juan Thomas on that first play got greedy, went to Gabriel Manning and got it picked off, and
right.
The game was never the same. Richardson caught a huge break.
I think all of the Vancouver secondary had their fingerprints on that ball.
Shan Varner in the chat, and the question is, who's Shan going for? Andy Hamilton or James Klein? Both peers of his in Carolina back in the old days. 2nd and 10, handoff to Mercury. Mercury with a head full of steam picks up 6 to the 34. Nicely done. Just quickly north and south. No funny business.
Yeah, let's see more of that. That's what you need to do. Move the ball down the field, but also, again, take the pressure off the quarterback.
Somebody's going 0-2 tonight, and that's probably one of the most difficult parts about watching this game. It's just excruciating watching these two teams so evenly matched. Richardson down the... Oh, nice play! Caden Carter sticks his big old mitt out there, and needs a glove sponsor. 4th down. Carolina will have to punt.
Yeah, I've been looking at the tendencies of the Carolina offense, and it looks like obviously most of their passes are short, but it doesn't seem to me that they're throwing the ball very often on the right side of the field from a medium and deep standpoint.
10:19 to go in the third, just getting underway. 65 viewers right now, and hopefully climbing as this game stays tight. Could be the most watched game of the season so far, as that is returned up short to the 29-yard line. 10-11 to go in the third, and Carolina's defense really needs to step up here. I don't think their offense, they're still working out the kinks. I don't think they're in a position to be down 2 or 3 scores here on the road.
Yeah, they need to, maybe dial it back and be a little more conservative, more swing passes to the running back and up the middle.
2 in the backfield. Let's see if Nakai gets some more carries here in the first half. Just 6 in the second. Handoff, that's number 7. Nakai picks up 3. Nakai, deceptively small, one of the smaller backs in the league, and he kind of reminds me of little Park Hee-Chol, who's going into the Hall of Fame here over the summer. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, he's small, but he's got some pounds on him. 5'7", 200 pounds is like a bowling ball coming at you.
9:45, third quarter. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. 7 in the box. Pepper straight back. Fires it out to Nakai. Nakai's got some room. Oh!
Wow.
Nakai makes 2 people miss. Majesty nearly takes his head off. But Pseudo Nakai sends some Skyhawks into the shadow realm, and it's 1st down.
Yeah, this was looking like an ugly play here coming up on Nakai. 2 big defenders running down on him. He just did a little dipsy-do and got past him. That was amazing.
That was Shravan Prasad who was out there, and just if you're going to have 2 guys going to the ball, spread yourselves out a little bit and don't let him get away. 1st and 10 at the 46 for the Legion. Handoff to Kai. He is speared helmet to gut by Shravan Prasad, and he makes up for lost time. No gain.
Yeah, Prasad said never again. I'm not going to let you get by me, Nakai.
Under 9 to go in the third. 9-7. It's scoreagami. I don't know if we've ever had a 9-7 final in the league, but that's the score right now. 2 backs and 2 receivers for Pepper off the left hash. Pepper drops to throw. Pepper steps into the pocket. Nakai got it in his way a little bit. That pass is caught for a 9-yard gain. And that's Pratchard on the reception. Pratchard's 5th catch. And this is going to be the 12th third down attempt for Vancouver already today.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. It looks like when Nakai was going up the middle, he might have disrupted Pepper a little bit on that pass.
3rd and 1 at the 45. They're going heavy here, but Killian's got nobody out on him at the top of the screen. They're going to hand it off to Nakai running left. Pseudo Nakai's got a 1st down to the 41-yard line. Vancouver might go back to that to get that look again, because they missed Killian potentially running all by himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see the wide receiver waving his arm over there. Look at me, I'm wide open.
I always struggled with that when you're playing sports. If you yell, then they'll run over to you, but if you don't yell, you might not get the ball. It's a tough balance, and Killian went the silent route that time. 1st and 10 at the Carolina 41. Pepper sending everybody long. Deep shot picked at the 18-yard line. Return 35, 40, up to the 41-yard line. Interception by Peyton Ellison. That is pick number 3 for Pepper. Both quarterbacks have 3 interceptions tonight, and the Skyhawks defense does it again.
Yeah, definitely they do, Cam. They were waiting for that pass over the middle. Very dangerous. Both looked like free safety and the cornerback were waiting for it. Great interception, and definitely not like Pepper. He's not playing like the typical Tom Pepper that we've seen in the past.
I tell you what, one thing is for sure, Carolina's defense is much improved this year.
Yeah, definitely.
After giving up just 17 to Tallahassee, some wondered if it was a fluke. They've given up only 9 here on the road tonight, and the touchdown was off a tip ball. That pass again into triple coverage down the field, double receivers in the area. And Carolina, if they could just get the offense going, they would probably be ahead in this game.
Yeah, they're definitely rolling the dice a lot, and I would prefer them to go a little more conservative. But heck, what do I know? I mean, they've capitalized on that touchdown to Prasad, but maybe they'll be able to do it again. But I think they need to get Mercury the ball a little bit more.
Gus Schultz almost made a miraculous play. That would have been a stellar interception.
That's a dangerous play up the middle against this Legion defense. That secondary is just incredible. They have a nose for the ball, and you don't get away with too many mistakes on them.
Both teams have been awesome deep. Hardly anything
Definitely.
over 20 yards tonight. Richardson out of the gun. Deep ball is caught in coverage by Hudson. 20 and breaks a tackle. That was Murray in coverage, but Hudson mossed him for a first down into the red zone.
I think Murray might have had his mitts on the ball at the beginning there, and it just got yanked out of his hands. Let's see here on the replay.
Oh,
Definitely.
it looked like Murray went to the other shoulder, and then
Oh, maybe he didn't touch it? I thought maybe he had his
it almost looked like he thought it was coming over the shoulder, and then it went to the opposite side of Hudson. At any rate, it was very close. Very good coverage down the field. 1st and 10 at the Legion 15. Carolina's got a shot here. They scored a touchdown their last red zone opportunity. Richardson going to throw it out to Mercury. Mercury is going to get whacked at the 13-yard line, only a 2-yard gain. Richardson up to 139, and that tackle again made by Peters.
Yeah, this is going to be tough, though, with not as much room to work, trying to throw those passes in that secondary. Like I said before, I hope maybe they can do some more swing passes and up the middle for Mercury.
2nd down and 8. 6:40 to go in the third. Richardson out to Mercury. He's running out of room, and he won't get anything. Shout out to Kung Fu Killa, who randomly found out about us the other day and just wanted to say, I think it's awesome y'all do this. And we think it's awesome that you're watching. 3rd down for Carolina.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 on the 13. Again, not a lot of room here. They've been throwing a lot in the middle. Let's see if let's see them go to the left. It doesn't look like they've been throwing it much to the left. Let's see what they do there in the end zone.
Carolina 4 for 8 on 3rd down. Richardson, that is just not a good look. It's going to be short and a field goal upcoming, but it would give Carolina the lead, so not all is bad, but Richardson now 12 of 24.
Yeah, he's throwing into areas where the defense is waiting for the ball. And again, it's hard to do when you get close, in the red zone and closer to the goal line. But, I think that what we saw here from Mercury, when you give it to him, I think he can move the ball.
James Klein, 16. I'm a effing problem. Tristan Hatley's here. Man Robinson is here. Some new faces I'm seeing throughout the night as the field goal from 30 yards away is good for Carolina, and back and forth we go in a low-scoring battle, 10-9. Carolina on top. Both these teams looking for their first win of the season.
If you would have told me that neither quarterback would have had a rating over 50 in the third quarter, I would have told you were crazy.
Like the SFL on Instagram at Simulation FL, and while you're there, give our partner Nation's Best a like. They do awesome work and have a huge following, and it's great to see all the football players around the country that they support and their mission to be relevant, like our mission to be relevant, and all of our players' missions. Is Tom Pepper hoping to be a little less relevant in the interception category, 19 of 34 for 201 yards.
Yeah, he's been trying to spread it around this time. They haven't been focusing on Nakai as much like they did the last game, but this Carolina defense is looks like they're one step ahead of them.
3 receivers for Pepper, an empty backfield. Pepper drops to throw, going long, wide open is Pritchard. It's a foot race now, 30, 20, and wrapped up at the 17-yard line. Pritchard way over 100 yards. That went for about 50.
Yeah, he was wide open. Somehow might have been a miss coverage on the defense, but great pass by Pepper, and that's the old Pepper that we know, and he showed it on that play. Now they're in a scoring chance here.
A 50-yard gain gets him out. 148 receiving yards for Pritchard on 6 catches, 10 targets. And Carolina got busted in a soft zone there. Now Vancouver in the red zone. 5:40 to go in the third. Pepper going into the end zone. It's tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted by DJ Majesty. That would have been a nightmare in a game where points are so needed.
Yeah, Majesty is having another solid game back-to-back. The wide receiver, if he would have maybe floated up a little higher, he would have been wide open in the end zone.
2nd and 10 at the 17. 5:39 to go in the third. Pepper to throw. Pepper's pass going nowhere. And is there going to be PI? What is the call? Looked like Killian was all sorts of hung up out there, but it was within 5 yards. I don't know what the refs were seeing there. 3rd and 10.
It also looked like Pepper was about to get nailed by one of the defensive linemen. I think it was Monroe.
3rd down and 10 at the 17. Pepper going to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! What a play! Rich Pratchard got buried right at the goal line and scores to give Vancouver the lead right back.
Did you see where that ball was placed, Cam? It was like right in his hip pocket. Nobody could have intercepted that where he placed the ball.
Watch this beauty. Wow. Tristan Hatley was all over it, and it did not matter. Pratchard's got 2 tonight, and he is taken over for Brett Killian. Usually Killian is the one that is dominating opponents. Pratchard has 7 catches and a couple of scores, nearly 200 yards, and Vancouver is almost, I thought they were going to get a second extra point block, but
another
it's good.
Slow-mo kick.
16-10, back up by 6.
Yeah, that was a great series there for Tom Pepper to bounce back. I mean, that's what veterans do. You may not be having the best game, but when it's on the line, he shows what he can do.
Man, Pratchard just been stellar tonight. He's really been the only difference. These teams have been evenly matched across the board. 3.1 yards a carry for Nakai, 3.5 for Mercury, both quarterbacks hovering around a 50 QBR. But, I mean, Rich Pratchard, the difference, and Vancouver's up 6 because of it. Sully Richardson's turn next, and Red Ross is hurt.
Yeah, on that last drive, it looked like the offensive line for Vancouver was doing a better job of keeping the rushers from getting to the quarterback.
Let's take a look at poor Ross. He made the tackle, and it looked like he may have turned an ankle right there.
Ow.
Like it got caught up from under him a little bit.
I heard celery snapping.
That was a really good description. I got lost in watching celery break in front of me. Wow, that was excellent. 5:28 to go. Halfway through the third quarter. Stephen Hacker, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine with you. This is Richardson to the outside of Prasad, picks up 3, and then slamming all 210 pounds of his weight, Mana Kanaka on the stop.
That was good balance there. Nice pass by Sully. 2nd and 7. Again, waiting to see a handoff to Mercury.
Andy says in the chat, that's me trying to be more healthy. That's celery snapping. So apparently you caught Vancouver's owner on a diet. 2nd and 7 at the 32. 4 receivers for Richardson. Will throw again. His 26th pass of the night is caught. Wide open is Hudson. This game is broken open. Hudson out of the Vancouver 26 for a Carolina first down. He's over 100 yards.
Unbelievable. He, too, was wide open. Sully with great pocket presence there. Looked like it was starting to collapse maybe on the corner. He stepped up there, threw it to number 80. Hudson caught it 2 steps ahead of the defender, and now it looks like they're in scoring position.
These are perfect spirals from Richardson. He is a fine specimen out there at quarterback for Carolina, and after years of Mark Biddix and just kind of a quarterback carousel in Carolina, Biddix the most notable because he was there the longest. But after all that in Carolina's backfield, I think they've found their franchise quarterback. Nice play by Kanaka, drops Mercury for a loss.
Yeah, I thought Mercury was going to take it out there around the side, but great open field tackle by Kanaka, saving that first down.
2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carolina trying to regain that lead to be the third lead change of the period. That pass is almost caught by Prasad, but knocked away by Lopez, and Prasad knew he had a great shot at it.
Yeah, he went up there, showed his athleticism there, got some air, but again, that's a dangerous pass to throw against Vancouver.
Lopez should have had that. He came flying into your picture. I can't tell you, you know what this game's been, Charles? This game's just been great football. Everybody's in position. Everything's just a little bit difficult tonight, and that's the way football's supposed to feel. 16-10, 3:54 to go in the third. Richardson's pass is knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage down the field again. Pass looking for Hudson. Just 3 catches on 8 targets, and Murray swatted that away to force a 4th down.
Well, Vancouver defense rose up, kept them out of the end zone, and I think that it's hard. They only send 3 rushers in, and they drop the extra defender back there. It's really hard to find an open receiver on that defense.
Not the end of the world, but Carolina will take a 43-yarder. That would cut the deficit to 3, but then they'll need to get some sort of stop on the next drive to prevent this from going 2 scores. This has been a 1-possession ball game the entire way. From 43 yards, Carolina's kick is good, and the Skyhawks get some more points up on the board, 16-13 here in Canada. We're enjoying a tremendous day here in Vancouver. It was not tremendous in New Orleans. Hope everyone is safe there from Tropical Storm Baleen. Luckily, it wasn't too serious of a hurricane going through New Orleans, but those Pharaohs fans got soaked from the 10-yard line. On a return, that's Jacobson out to the 28, and all right, Tom Pepper, you showed us a lot on the last drive. You've already thrown a whopping 38 times in the ball game. What you got left for us?
Yeah, his QBR is starting to jump up a little bit, and his completion percentage is starting to jump up a little bit. So, this last quarter and a half, I think his numbers are gonna get pretty good.
First down at the 28, 3:42 to go in the third quarter. 2 backs and 2 receivers. As Pepper drops to throw and throws into traffic, and they might get PI on this play. That would be the second PI call on Carolina tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he was all over him, but
Pass interference, number 93.
And they're going to call it on Christopher Colon, who had dropped just a bit. I'd love to get a second look at this.
Actually, I thought that was Prasad around the ball.
Yeah, I think they may have gotten the number wrong. I didn't see Cologne anywhere around that play.
No. It happens.
Oh, it definitely happens with that crew. Look at Pratchard, $165 and 8 receptions, 3:39 to go in the third. What a ball game. This has been tremendous. Vancouver up 3. Loser drops to 0-2. Pepper to throw. Pepper outside. Oh, what an athletic play. Peyton Ellison, all 6'4" of them. He's a big safety inside, and he whacks it away.
Both secondaries, they're like the flying Walendas all over the place. You think, just when you think someone's going to catch the ball, they go up 10 feet in the air and knock the ball down. It's incredible.
Pepper, 21 of 39. Brett Killian's been quiet. 4 catches, 35 yards on 9 targets. Carolina's done a good job on him, notably Doty. Handoff to Nakai. Nice block on the outside, but can't make any sort of a difference as Shravan Prasad comes in like a heat-seeking missile. And please stop talking, Cam, because you can't say anything, right? 3rd and 11.
He definitely was a heat-seeking missile on that one.
Shake it off, Cam. You're going to get this next word right. Oh, man. That's the 3rd time's the charm. My goodness. 3rd down and 11 for Pepper. 4 for 13 on 3rd downs tonight. He's in trouble. Has to dump it off. The pressure was all in his face. You saw what I saw, Charles. 4th down.
The pocket was collapsing quickly. He didn't really have anything else to do. There was great coverage by the secondary downfield. The only thing he could do was dump it out to Nakai and hope for a miracle.
Cologne and Phil Hall, who we've not mentioned as much tonight, but Cologne and Hall on the front, and you can even throw Majesty and Prasad in there. This is one of the more talented front sevens in the league, and they have generated a fair bit of havoc for Tom Pepper in the backfield tonight, and the ball is back in Richardson's hands, down 3 with 2.5 to go in the third.
Yeah, they've been creating havoc almost on every play. When you watch Pepper pass, he's rarely been able to just stand there and throw the ball. He's always had to take a step, up or left or do, some crazy behind lateral because of all the pressure he's getting on that front four.
Hunter Jones says, yeah, he was a real seat-heeking missile there, Cam. Yes. Ha, ha, ha. 1st and 10 at the 33. That's what it's all about, interacting with the fans. Richardson, there's a flag, and that pass is knocked down and incomplete. Might have been a hold up front, and Carolina's penalties are starting to rack up here tonight.
Yeah, I really didn't see what the holding, I guess. Yeah. Again, the ball was right in the midst, though. That you got to make those. In order to, in such a close game, 16-13, you got to take an opportunity when you see it, and that was a missed opportunity. That's
on Lane Woods. So 1st and 20 at the line of scrimmage was where that penalty was. Richardson's in a world of hurt here. 14-28, gonna have to get out of this. May not want to try to get all of it on this play, as Vancouver running some press. Last time we saw this, Richardson escaped for 11 yards.
Yeah.
He'll throw middle. That pass is caught. What a nice route from Prasad. Perfection. Red Ross is going to be done for the night. Lopez makes the tackle.
Yep, he caught up all the penalty yards on that play. Decent play. 2nd and 10. And and again, it doesn't look like they're using Mercury at all in this second half, except for a couple swing passes.
2 minutes to go, third quarter. Out of the eye. Richardson fires, dumps it off short. Look at that. Nice catch by Terry Savert. Everyone forgot about him. They said, he dropped the first 2. We don't need to cover him. He picks up 9 to give him a third down and manageable. And Randy Mercury's actually been pretty good on 3rd and short tonight. They're 4 of 10 overall as a team.
Yeah, let's go. And also credit to Sully Richardson. He's was facing a 1st and 20, and he showed some composure in there and got his team into a manageable 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. They're going to throw out to Mercury. It fooled everybody, and Mercury got the first down and more out of the 47. Fooled me, certainly, and Vancouver's defense can't get off the field. And as we wind down to the end of the 3rd quarter, Randy Mercury and the Skyhawks keep it moving.
Yeah, Mercury, looks like that was his his 3rd reception, for maybe his 4th reception for handful of yards, but it counted on that play.
Heavy look now here. Haven't seen Zoma get too many touches. He'll be the lead blocker, but can't break past the line of scrimmage. Very nice play up front by Zig Washington, and it's 2nd and 9.
Yep, that's what he needs to do. Zig needs to make his presence felt on that line and start maybe get the rookie to start hearing some footsteps.
2 receivers. Hudson at the bottom of the screen. 3rd quarter waning. Richardson, 3-step drop. He's in trouble. Fires a pass dangerously to Prasad. Knocked away by Carter. That's the 10th time Prasad's been targeted. Now a 3rd and long. Coming up, 9 to go.
What did he fire, Cam? A what? Was that?
I don't know. What did I say? now I'm nervous.
I don't know what's coming out, but you got it. You got it.
Did I say it wrong again?
No.
Dang it.
It didn't start out good, but it ended perfectly.
30 seconds left in the 3rd. The fuel transcribing my games probably works overtime. I tend to be a pretty fast talker. 3rd down and 9 for Richardson. He's sacked. Loss of 2 on the play. And the sack is by the newcomer, Kevin Brackett. Gets in for his first career SFL sack and forces a 4th down.
You're welcome to the league, Mr. Brackett. That's what you need to do. You got to put pressure on the rookie, and that's what we saw right there. Great penetration, great first sack. Congratulations.
And will they punt before the end of the quarter? Yes, they will. They're coming after it as Vancouver nearly got the block. This will be from the 15-yard line. Not much doing there. That's the end of the 3rd. Vancouver 16, Carolina 13. What a ball game here in prime time. You're watching the SFL on Twitch, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you in part by Nation's Best, helping athletes around the country. # secure the bag. By ScoreStream, the official scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, official merchandise provider of the Simulation Football League. And by Spy Goats, your source for the best audio care and quality as you look at the beautiful lighthouse and scenery around Canada. Drone shots provided by Air Views all season long. Brought to you by Air Views, I should say, as there are some talented drone flyers. We've got, I've got one, I won't tell you which city, but I've got one where this guy is climbing this skyscraper in the middle of a major city, and the drone is filming him. It is amazing.
Wow.
Some awesome stuff. Hand off to Pseudo Nakai. He'll pick up 2 to start the fourth quarter. Stephen Hacker and Charles Doherty. I'm Cameron Irvine, and you're watching Sunday Night Football as a day of 4 games wraps up around the league.
Yeah, we're not seeing Pseudo get the ball quite as much as he did last week, but I think that's good. I think Vancouver needs to spread it around, and it was a pretty decent play against a real tough defense.
The Board Geek is subscribed with Twitch Prime. We appreciate your support. That pass is caught to the near side out to the 30. Rich Pratchard for a first down. He'd been a little bit quiet since his surge there early in the third quarter, but it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's if he hasn't already gone over 200, he will soon. But yeah, Killian, like you said earlier, Killian and Hearn have been pretty quiet here the second half.
Hearn specifically 2 for 19, receptions rather, for 19 yards on 5 targets. Nakai up to 29 yards on 12 carries, but he does have 42 yards on 7 receptions. He's been efficient in the pass game. Pepper, all kinds of time breaking down. Pepper! Wow. Oh, man, the pressure in his face forced an early throw to Nakai. Nakai was coming wide open over the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's the second time we saw Nakai diving for the ball. Good pressure by the Skyhawks defense to get into Pepper's face, and the pocket closed down. He had to step up there and get rid of it quick.
Tell you what, Vancouver has not been shy sending backs out of the backfield on some longer routes, and they have been open, just have not had the chemistry with Pepper tonight. 2nd and 10 off the incomplete pass. Pepper throwing on a crossing route to Killian. Picks up 4. That's his first catch in a long time. Majesty makes his 5th tackle, and that was the 42nd pass of the night for Pepper.
Yeah, he got lit, too. I don't know if BK12 is going to be saying you didn't set me up on that one very well. God, man, he got laid out as soon as he caught that ball. I'm surprised he held on to it.
3rd and 6. 4 for 14 on third downs for Vancouver. Carolina's 4 for 11. Back to pass. Pepper hit as he threw. It's incomplete, and a nice job playing jump ball and then knocking the receiver to the ground. Zane Doty, another great play and another defensive stop for Carolina. This will be the 5th punt of the night for the Legion.
Yeah, great play by Doty. He's been making his presence felt there in the secondary. 1 interception, 6 tackles. Again, on that play, he kept them from catching the ball, and now they get the ball back, and let's see what they can do.
Doty's in the chat right now. Special shout out to Zane Doty, loving his dominant defense. As Prasad from the 25-yard line will break a tackle and get out to the 31. Good coverage there by Vancouver, not letting Prasad get away. And back out comes Richardson, 198 yards, just shy of 200. And by the way, I believe Pepper, did he pass his milestone? I'm pretty sure he did, to move into 15th all-time. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah, I believe he did. He needed 209, and he's at 289.
So there you go. Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations.
Tom Pepper now 15th on the all-time passing leaderboards. He's had a great career, and really the last season and then the start of this season has been some of the best football he's ever played. Mercury breaking a tackle and literally dragging 2 defenders over to his bench. Picks up a first down to the 43.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, he was holding on, and he was able to drag him past the chains for the first down. That's definitely power move there by Mercury. I think Pepper passed Alexander West at Tallahassee. I think he was
So making a that's who was 15th on the.
I think
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
I thought you were saying he moved into 14th already. I was going to say, wow, big night for Pepper. Yeah, Alexander West, Tallahassee Pride quarterback around the season 5 through 8 range. One of the early quarterbacks of that Pride franchise, as Mercury picks up nearly a first down on the ground, once again falling forward as Schultz and Lopez combine for the stop as we tick under 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Cam, I love your SFL campfire stories.
Oh, they're the best. That makes me hungry, though. Now I want some s'mores. Oh, s'mores sounds so good right now. Somebody get a fire going in the tailgate section outside Canada Field. Whip those up for us in postgame. This is Mercury with a first down. Great block by Tony Zomo. And that's why you bring in a guy like Tony Zomo. You want that kick-out block by the fullback out there, and it makes a great play.
Yeah, he made a great hole for his running back to run through, and this is what I was looking for to see Mercury do, and it's going to put pressure off of Sully.
First down at the Legion 41. This is one of the better drives for Carolina of the night. Trying to get into scoring range. Hand off to Mercury. They've given a little bit of everything, but that time Mercury bottled up. And trying to see who made that tackle. Caden Carter has 12 solo tackles tonight.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Stephen Hacker saying, how could I have missed a few? I thought I got them all, but there's just been so many. As we look at the updated tackle leaderboards for Vancouver, Carter with 12, Kanaka's got 6, Murray with 5, Schultz with 4, Richardson loves it.
Wow.
It's caught in the open field. It's going to be a touchdown for Carolina, caught by Cameron Walsh, and the Skyhawks take the lead.
Great pass. Sully had all the time in the world to throw that, and when you give a quarterback like that time, even if he's a rookie, he's going to be able to pick you apart, and it shows on that play.
That is the fourth lead change of the second half. It was 7-6, then it was 9-7, then it was 10-9, then it was 10-16. Now 19-16. 9 unanswered points for Carolina with 7:35 to go. Make that 10 unanswered extra points. And the Skyhawks on the road trying to curb fans' enthusiasm. 7:35 is all that's left.
We could have 2 300-yard passers in this game, and if you would have asked me that in the first or second quarter, I would have thought you were crazy. I
agree with you. Yeah, you're right. This game is starting to really open up a little bit. Richardson's nearing 300 yards on his 21st completion there. 21 of 36 tonight. Not too bad of a night considering 3 or 4 of those were dropped. And Vancouver will start from the 30. We'll see how they can respond as Pratchard's 18 yards away from 200.
Yeah, this is a big series for Vancouver, down by 4. They want to make sure they don't repeat what they did last week and give up the lead.
Seven and a half to go. Base Scout talking trash in the chat. Might I remind you what that week 1 fumble looked like? Just saying. First and 10 at the 30. Pepper down the field. Caught by Killian to the Vancouver 49-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Pepper right in the middle there. He had one step ahead of the defender, right in the middle of the seam between the zones. Great pass.
So Killian now up to about 60 yards receiving. And he's starting to get going again after Pratchard has really dominated the ball game. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Vancouver would need a touchdown at this juncture to win. The handoff goes to Nakai. He tries to get out left, and everyone was blocked up front, and then no extra blockers for Nakai outside. Picks up just a yard.
I'm surprised he got a yard out of that. When he started to bounce out to the outside, that's where all the defenders were.
6:40 left in the fourth. A tight game, the first meeting ever between Carolina and Vancouver. The Skyhawks making the long trip to British Columbia. Pepper throws down the field,
pass.
caught, and missing a tackle. Hearn makes a great play. That was Hatley, I believe, who had a chance to make a tackle and just whiffed. And Hearn gets all the way to the Carolina 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was great timing pass right there. It hit Hearn right when he turned his head, right in his hands.
Oh, actually, Hatley impeded Daniel Pruitt from being able to come over and make the tackle. Actually blocked off his lane to go and make the play. So miscommunication there on Carolina's defense gives Vancouver a first down into field goal range. 6 minutes now to go. Pepper's pass caught by Killian. That is the 71st offensive play for Vancouver tonight. And those quarterback numbers are almost dead even.
Yep, Pepper's over the 300 mark, and Sully's maybe about 40 yards away.
Well, this has been fun. I mean, down to the wire all night. Not a single two-score lead for either team. You don't often see games that stay that close for this long. Hand off Nakai running left, and Nakai will squeeze his way to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of about 3, and it brings up third down and 3 off the Ellison tackle.
Yep, a field goal won't do it. I mean, I know they still have time left, but I know Vancouver's itching to get in the end zone here.
All your friends and your teammates, this one is close. You won't want to miss the finish. 3 receivers for Pepper, 6 in the box for Carolina. Nakai in the backfield, 5:15 in the fourth quarter. Pepper to throw. Pepper going.
Wow.
It's picked off at the 5. He threw it right to Zane Doty, and Vancouver has just made a critical mistake.
Yeah, that was definitely right into the hands of Doty. I don't know if that was the route wasn't run correctly or what the issue was, but
just thrown way too much inside.
It didn't even look like it was anywhere near the receiver. That was to Killian.
Yeah, Killian running the corner route, it looked like, out almost to the near pylon. That ball was thrown probably 4 yards infield, and Doty says, thank you very much. Probably one of the easiest picks of his career. He now has 2. Hatley has 2 as well, I thought. Ellison has 1 as well, so maybe I'm misguided on that. Mercury picks up 1.
Yeah, 7 interceptions in this game. Amazing.
Yeah, that's nuts. Pepper with 4. He's going to want those back. 26 of 47 tonight. Meanwhile, Richardson, 20 of 35, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 picks. His rating climbing to 64. 4 receivers on a 2nd and 9 with 4:40 to go. Richardson staying aggressive, will fire it outside, and the pass is incomplete. And that's the one bad thing about staying aggressive, trying to put the game out of reach.
Yeah, the clock stopped, and it's a big 3rd and 9 here for Sully Richardson and the Carolina Skyhawks.
Man, this is crunch time as you look at Brackett, who got his first sack of his career earlier tonight. This is big. Still plenty of time left. This has been quite a long game, longer than normal. 4:36 to go in the 4th as these teams have exchanged multiple blows.
Wow.
Richardson's pass outside, and that stood no chance. Through the hands of Mercury, stops the clock again, and Carolina burned a whopping 20 seconds off the clock on that drive, and that was not what you want off an interception.
I actually thought that was going to be an interception. The closing speed, I don't know who that was, but he had it in 6th gear.
So another punt for Carolina. They're 6th tonight. 68 offensive plays. Both teams have had 13 different drives. Vancouver 4 of 16 on 3rd down. Carolina 4 for 12.
They didn't take any time off the clock.
Just nothing. I mean, it's almost like the interception didn't even happen.
Right.
As Vancouver will return it out to the 49-yard line of Carolina. Now the Legion have to take advantage. Time, although going slower than Carolina would like, still ticking away with 4:25 left.
Well, you got a lot of veterans on this offensive squad, and you've got one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Pepper. So, they've been here before. Let's see if they can do it.
4 receivers, trips to the left side of Tom. Pepper back to pass and sacked. A loss of 2. It's Christopher Colon again from his defensive tackle spot. They have been crushing Pepper all night.
Well, that's the way you answer. Go right up the middle, pressure in Pepper's face. They've been harassing him all day.
Now a little bit of a hurry up for Vancouver because you don't know how many possessions you're going to get. here left in this game. Pratchard's been pretty quiet in the fourth quarter. Sack again! Monroe came around the end and buried Pepper for a loss of 3 rather, and it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, that definitely hurts. I was going to say that you don't see a lot of sacks on the stats board, but they've been in Pepper's face all game, and he can't make a completion.
Back to pass is Pepper, and it's incomplete. 4th and 15. 3:29 left in the fourth, and Vancouver does nothing with it. Now they have to play defense.
Yeah, but they took about a minute off the clock. That's the one thing that happened.
4th down, 15, 3:29 to go. Neither team seemingly able to take advantage of opportunities late, except for Cameron Walsh, Sully Richardson, and the Skyhawk completion that gave them the most recent lead exchange.
Yep. Carolina's definitely in the driver's seat here. They need to burn the clock down.
With 3:22 left, ball on your own 15, I still think you can't afford to run it 3 times and just burn, a minute and 20 seconds, because you can't give Vancouver this stellar field position. However, Carolina's defense has been very good.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe why not put it in the hands of your defense and see what you can come up with. They go heavy here on 1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff goes to Mercury. Mercury trying to get around the edge. And Mercury only got a yard. They doubled up on one Legion player, and then there was nobody left to block the incoming defensive backfield. Lopez on the stop.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there. I mean, like you said, I'm okay with runs. I'm also okay with swing passes and passes in the flat, as long as it's on the larger side of the field, so they don't do that out of bounds, after they catch the ball.
2nd and 9 at the 16. And Richardson is winding some clock, as he should. Snaps it with 8 on the clock. There's a swing out to Mercury. Mercury stays in bounds, and they will not have to run a play again before the 2-minute warning. That was nicely done, putting the swing pass in there that helped take just enough time off the clock.
Yep, they're going to go down to the 2-minute warning, and they're in the driver's seat here for their first win of the season.
Carolina on a 3rd down and 8. Vancouver and the Skyhawks, for that matter, both have 3 timeouts. They're going to snap it. Why snap it?
Wow.
That was totally... There's no way to slice it. That was a bad decision for Carolina. Now they got to punt the football away, and Vancouver's got all 3 timeouts. You're watching the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music.
Yeah, you got a veteran, one of the best quarterbacks in the league with 2 minutes. That's, scary situation.
So Mike Johnson will punt it away. Vancouver, probably one more opportunity. Maybe a second, but something wild would have to happen for that to occur. No pressure on the punter.
I would have sent the heat in on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jacobson on the return. Nice return up to the 49. So once again, Vancouver's going to get the ball around midfield. But the last couple of drives, they've not been able to do anything with it. Vancouver, who gave up the lead in the fourth quarter last week, trying to avoid the similar fate here tonight.
Yeah, it all comes down to that Carolina front line. They've been in Pepper's face all day. If they can do it again this series, it's really tough for Vancouver to do what they need to do.
Pepper back to throw, out to Nakai. Got a blocker or 2, but couldn't pick up any meaningful blocks. Only a 3-yard pickup. Now no huddle for Vancouver. 1:40 to go. We'll see what else they've got going in this formation. Pepper throws it outside, caught and out of bounds. Nice play. Stops the clock and gets them into a more desirable set. 3rd and 4 at the Carolina 45 with 1:36 to play.
Yeah, interested to see what they're going to do on this next play. I think maybe they'll go medium on the sidelines. I don't know if I don't know if we're going to look for something short here.
3rd and 4 at the 45. Pepper's going to go out of the gun. Nickel look for Carolina. Nakai to his left. Pepper to throw. Pepper short, and Nakai dropped it. 4th down, and I think with the way your defense is playing, Charles, I think you punt the ball and pin them deep and not let them get a first down. You haven't given up a first down, I should say, here in a while.
Or you could argue that if they get the ball, your defense is going to hold them anyway.
Yeah, well, they're going to go for it here. 4th and 4. They do have all 3 timeouts, so maybe they're thinking, well, we can do that if we don't get the first down. Pepper to throw on 4th down, going long, and Pepper's pass is caught inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line by Craig Hearn. What a gutsy throw from TP16.
Wow, the Moose came out of the woods just in time for that great catch.
What a play and what a call, Charles. The Moose came out of the woods. Absolutely. 4 receivers for Pepper, 1:06 to go. Pepper escapes and throws it out to Nakai. Breaks a tackle. Nakai can't get out of bounds, gets to the 12, but Vancouver not in a hurry. This could be the final possession.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not doing a hurry up here.
And remember the 1 point off the blocked extra point? This would be a 3-point game without the block, and we could be talking about at least a potential tie for Vancouver, but no, they got to win it with a touchdown. 40 seconds now. Vancouver's taking their sweet time here, trying to milk the clock all the way down. Pepper going to throw out to Nakai. 15. Nakai 10. Nakai
he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds to the 6-yard line, and Vancouver stops the clock with 31 seconds to go.
That was a gutsy call. I really thought he was going in the end zone there on the pass. I was not expecting that play.
75 viewers. Now a high for the night. 6 yards away from taking the lead. Somebody's going 0-2. It's been a nail-biter all night long here on Twitch. Split backs for Pepper. 7 in the box for Carolina. Pepper is changing the play at the line. Killian at the top, Pratchett at the bottom. Down to 3 on the play clock. Pepper going to throw. Pepper, deep drop back, looking for Killian. Caught, touchdown for Vancouver. They take the lead with 27 seconds to go.
Oh my gosh, I'm speechless here. That's what you're afraid of when you got to go against Tom Pepper. I mean, he hasn't had a great game, but wow, this last drive, that's a superstar quarterback right there.
That is the BK16 to TP12 connection. They have had something special for a long time here in Vancouver. Killian, a 5-season veteran with this team, 4 seasons for Tom Pepper with this squad, and just a tremendous play. However, 27 seconds and 3 timeouts left for Carolina. The extra point is good. A field goal could tie it. It's now 23-20 on the 5th lead change of the second half. What a ball game. And we remind you, if you want to see more thrilling action, tune in tomorrow night at 5 o'clock on YouTube. Baltimore and Tallahassee and Houston and San Francisco. That's 6 p.m. Eastern and 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. It's the fan night game of the week, the championship rematch. Denver's home opener. They did not lose at home all last season. They will take on the 3-time defending champion Alaska Storm. You will not want to miss it. Prasad on the return. Past the 25, nothing more. Maybe a yard more. 23 seconds left. We've seen Sully Richardson, Charles, make some huge plays down the field in this game. Can he do it in the final seconds?
Yeah, I think he can, and this is where legend stories are born. You know, he's a rookie coming out here, behind by 3 points with only 23 seconds left. This is where his story starts.
3 receivers for Richardson all day, running out of time, and nobody was open. Finally tried to hit Prasad down the field, and I meant TP12 or TP16 and BK12. I'm still getting it wrong here. Sorry, Andy. Let's another look at it. That's Carter over the middle again. Caden Carter having himself a night.
Yeah, he just swatted that down. It would have been all over if he would have used his other hand and grabbed onto that one.
19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Vancouver has nearly pulled out a tremendous comeback, but Carolina's got something to say about it. A field goal will tie remember, this direction of the field was when the 47-yarder hit the crossbar from Rakowski. This is Richardson to throw. Out to Prasad, but Prasad fell. Could have turned the corner. He did get out of bounds, but it's 3rd and 4. I think he had some space to turn there, but Prasad got clipped by the grass monster out there.
Yeah, I didn't see where the ball hit him. I actually thought he didn't catch that, but his whole back was to me. So what do I know?
15 seconds now. 3 timeouts though, so the whole playbook is open for Carolina. They need about 35 yards here in the next 15 seconds to have a shot. Richardson going to throw. Richardson again outside. It's short of the first down. You have to run that route past the sticks, and now it's 4th and inches.
Yeah, well, they got another play here to get it into field goal range, but yeah, you would have thought he would have run a little bit deeper route on that.
Carolina had a chance to tie the game last week. Had the ball in the offense's hands, and they couldn't make it happen. Actually got sacked on a Hail Mary. Now a 4th and inches at the 36-yard line. Split backs for Carolina. Prasad could have some space on the outside of the bottom of the screen. We'll see what they do. 4th and short with 12 seconds left. Richardson going to throw. Fires it outside. Caught by Hudson. Going to get out of bounds. No, but they have a timeout. 7 seconds left. And I don't know if you might just have to throw a Hail Mary here or not.
You don't have time to catch it, get out of bounds, and set it. I mean, I just don't think you have enough time.
Well, and then you run the risk, right? What happens if the play takes longer than 7 seconds and the game is over? I agree with you. You got to gun it. They got sacked last week on a Hail Mary, but this would be for the win for Sully Richardson.
He's got pressure.
Richardson's in trouble, and he's sacked again, but they have a timeout left, and they call another one with 3 seconds to go. It's not over yet.
I didn't see who got in there, but I think that was a 3-man rush that got into him.
Yeah, that was not good blocking up front by the Skyhawks. That's the 2nd time now Richardson's been sacked on a Hail Mary. But what's interesting is I'm not sure Richardson has the arm to get the ball down the field on a Hail Mary here from the own 35-yard line. They may go back into their traditional offense, which they will, and they'll go 4 wide receivers here. Richardson, look at the press coverage. Yeah. Vancouver playing aggressive here on the final play of the game. Up 3. This is it. Richardson to throw. Richardson in trouble. Richardson has to dump it off, and the game is over. And Vancouver is going to get the victory. Carolina falls to 0-2 in devastating fashion. They've been in both games to start the season, and Vancouver escapes and avoids falling to 0-2 with both of their games at home.
Yeah, where do I start? I mean, a heartbreaking loss for Carolina. Their defense, they just played so well today. There were a couple series that I'm sure they wish they could get back, but they played outstanding. Sully showed us why he was a top-round draft pick. It's just heartbreaking for Carolina. And on the Vancouver side, I mean, it's a big win for them. They needed it after a tough loss last week. They've got momentum going into next week. They got to play Mexico City. They got to play Baltimore. They got to play London. That's not an easy schedule. And Carolina comes back, and they have to play Baltimore, New Orleans, and Tulsa. So neither of them get much rest. They have to go up to another level here after the next round of opponents.
I tell you what, Carolina has got to be the best 0-2 team in the league. I mean, they had Tallahassee on the ropes. They had Vancouver on the ropes. 2 teams that are always, in the upper half of the league every single season. And wow, that's a tough way to lose a ball game. But Carolina's got a lot to be proud of. Once again, their defense was scary tonight. Just a lethal front 7. Christopher Colon was all over it.
When you can get that type of pressure on a quarterback with a 3 and a 4-man rush, it just tells you how good they are.
So, as we look back at the final stats in this one, Pepper's pass, that was the play of the game to Craig Hearn. That set up everything. I mean, the guts. Nothing open on deep middle against Carolina's secondary all night, and on 4th down you go deep middle.
Yep.
He was not afraid. Not afraid. Pepper, 32 of 55, 367. Vancouver ran 84 offensive plays tonight, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. Pratchard finishes with 172. He might be the player of the game, and we might get some official numbers. Player of the game is Pratchard. 176 is the official tally. 9 catches, 2 touchdowns. Pratchard made it happen. He wasn't necessarily there in the fourth quarter, but he put Vancouver on the map tonight. Charles, your final thoughts?
Well, again, heartbreaking loss for Carolina, but both teams out of here. I think if I was playing either team next week, I'd be scared. Their defenses are, you're going to have to be on your A game to play against either of these teams on defense. On offense, I think Vancouver might have been a little off, but also they're playing a great defense. On the Carolina side, I think that it's up and coming. I mean, Sully showed what he's got. You can't really tell by the numbers, but he stood in the pocket, threw some great passes, and he's clearly the leader on the team, and they're going to be depending upon him for the rest of the season.
Stephen Hacker was tremendous on stats. Thank you so much, and please, it makes the difference to be a live statistician on our broadcast. And let me tell you, you might want to be on that team because you just never know when a major opportunity is going to come your way as being a part of the broadcast production. But for Stephen Hacker and Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine, and this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. What a game! Vancouver wins 23-20 over Carolina. For all of us at Canada Field in Vancouver and back at SFL headquarters in the Metroplex of Texas, good night, everybody.